MustangMedic.com. We take the frustration.
Day one, today sold. We show you everything at Mustang Medic. Thanks for watching, guys. So you're saying only
Get
has
it. Take
surface
two. Take four.
MustangMedic is really cool.
All right, thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies.
MustangMedic.com. Introducing Matt's 1972 Mach 1. Here we go, guys.
Don't see any dripping on the pan, just dirt. This leak right here is coming pretty bad from the power steering pump. The power steering pump needs to get replaced, and it's basically making everything wet underneath. I'm sure it needs an oil change. It's just got a lot of grime on her and a little bit of surface rust on her. It would be nice to be able to do the whole underside of this car with, basically, we'll probably have to wire wheel it and then put undercoat under her. Not a small project though. We do have a leak here. I don't see too much fluid coming from the trans at the pumpkin. So not the pumpkin, the what's it called again? The bell housing. Thank you. I just thought of that myself, guys, even though I'm tired. But we do have, it looks like we've got a leak coming from the rear part of the pan. So that either could be a rear main seal, or it could just be the oil pan. Safe thing to do, less expensive thing to do is just do the oil pan, not pull the engine and start to do the mains, but it does have a little bit of seeping going on. It's hard lined all the way back to the trans. This is very wet and gummy and really needs a heavy power washing. You can see on the bracket, that's just 100,000 miles of road grime. The exhaust is showing a lot of surface rust. It's small, but it's sufficient right now. I don't see any leaking coming from the filler tube on the trans. And I think this wetness, it's possible that this overall dampness on the trans pan is from maybe blowback from the power steering pump, maybe not, but it is very wet up here. It does have oversized sway bar, which is good news, Matt. That's almost a double. That's not a stock sway bar. It's a double size sway bar. It looks like it's got new hardware on it, which is good news for you. And basically, I would say power steering pump, power wash underneath, clean it up paint wise, and then driver, enjoyer, and then maybe some minor work. I mean, we could obviously pull the engine and do all that stuff, but I don't think you want to go that far with this right now because I know you're going back to Syracuse. But that's what we see on the underside, and the ball joints are old, but I don't see them. Do you see any broken ball joints, Nick? I don't think we do. Let me look there. There's the underside of your alternator and the ground cable, which is red, which I can't stand. I always want the ground cables to be black. There's your harmonic balancer and your pulley. And this is the underside of your oil pan, which is not wet, which is good news. This is your ball joint. It's kind of just ugly, but it's not broken. And your lower ball joint seems to be intact. Bearings seem good. There's no play in the rotor. I feel no play in the rotor on this side, and again, your ball joints look good; they're intact. So really, it's kind of just clean up. I would do the fender wells, just get in there and sand it all down, and put some good undercoat on it. This is mostly black paint painted right over dirt. I know Nick's not going to want to hear this, but I would do front springs. I would do leaf springs. I would sand out the bottom, have us undercoat it, just clean up the underside, change out the power steering pump.
And I still haven't exactly, and I still haven't lifted up the back seat, so we're gonna have to do that. Why don't you lift up the back? Oh no, you're working on the 61, 67. I'll lift up the back seat just so we can look at that. I don't think you or I ever saw what the back seat looks like, so let's check it out. This should be interesting. All right, so this is the first look at lifting up the back seat. Here we go. I'm gonna zoom in right here. First, it goes up like so. Looks good so far. And then it goes back like that. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Looks good, Matt. It's in great shape. You might have already done this, but I didn't do it. But there's the seat belts. Everything's there. Seats are in good shape. I am very pleased to report these things are in good shape, which are very hard to get. You even have a little ashtray right there, which is beautiful.
MustangMedic.com. We take the frustration out of restoration.
So you say it only has surface rust? Really? Please look for the link in the description below for the next in our series. If it's not there, come back soon.